Easter baking, and we're going to be making a giant Biscoff cookie covered in Easter chocolate and some buttercream. It just sounds epic, right? So the first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. I've got a big pot in here. It's hard to say what size it is, but if you measure from the widest distance, it's 11 inches. And I've put some greaseproof paper out as well that I've put in there, and I'm not sticking that down, I'm just letting it be. And to make your cookie, you need 100 grams of light brown soft sugar, 125 grams of caster sugar, 225 grams of self-raising flour that's been sifted, 1 large beaten egg with a teaspoon of vanilla, and 125 grams of softened butter, and about 2 tablespoons of Biscoff spread as well. There's a crunchy one or a smooth one. I like both, obviously, because I love Biscoff. So the first thing you want to do is cream together your butters and sugars. And I'm going to mix this until it's all creamed together. It will turn quite pale and fluffy as well, and that's the sort of consistency that we're after. Okay, so I've mixed that on a low to medium speed. I mixed it at about 2 or 3 on an electric hand mixer, and that's the sort of consistency that you're looking for. So the next thing we're going to do is add the egg in. And you want to mix this in until it's combined, so it'll probably take about 30 seconds. Now we're going to add in our flour. This has already been sifted. You may find at this stage that the mixture starts stiffening up, which is what we want, but it might be a bit tough for an electric hand mixer, so you might want to do it by hand, but we'll see how we get on. Pretty good job. Most of it's mixed in. I'm just going to take the excess off the, what are these called? Mixer things? I don't know. Whisks. They're called whisks. I don't know why that took me so long to think. So I'm just going to make sure I've got everything incorporated fully, and any flour that I've missed with the mixer. And the next thing you want to do is add in 2 tablespoons of Biscoff spread, and I've nearly run out. Sad times. And then we're going to mix this in just with the spatula or spoon or whatever you're using, and then we just need to put it in that tin. Just going to put a big dollop in the middle, and then I'm going to put a few around the edge. And then we're going to spread this around. I'm using a palette knife, but you can use a spatula or whatever suits you. Because this mixture spreads, I find that if I leave about a centimetre gap around the edge, it spreads really evenly, and there's no thick edges or anything like that. It just spreads nice and even. So it's a bit hard to spread it around, but it doesn't need to be completely even because, like I said, it's going to spread. I'm going to bake this for about 12 to 15 minutes, and this is really going to vary depending on what shape you use and how big your tin is. But you want it to look slightly crispy around the edges. The middle's still going to look gooey, but once it comes out the oven, it's going to carry on cooking, it's going to cool down, and when it cools down, it will set in the middle as well. So don't worry if it doesn't look done in the middle. And a couple of minutes before the end, I'm going to add on some chocolate as well. So I've got some mini eggs, I've got some little Maltese rabbits and Kit Kat rabbits and golden eggs as well, so I'm going to add them on a couple of minutes before. And I'm putting them on a couple of minutes before because I want them to just slightly soften up, but I don't want them to melt completely. So that's the cookie out of the oven and it's completely cool now. It took 15 minutes to bake overall. Like I said before though, it will depend on the size of your tin and the shape of it as well. So the last thing I'm going to do is write Happy Easter on it in chocolate buttercream. And if you want to find out how I make my chocolate buttercream, then check out my Easter cupcakes video, which I made earlier in the week. So I'm not actually going to taste test this one because I'm giving it to family, but I know it's going to taste delicious and I'm sure they'll say the same, hopefully. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, bye!